Moving on to a program that I think's done some low-key, really, really good work here at key spots in the portal, and that's Mississippi State, who landed probably one of the best pickups in terms of running backs in the portal this cycle. Fluff Bothwell out of South Alabama. And this is a guy who was one of the top freshman running backs in the country, ran for 832 yards, 13 touchdowns in 12 games, is going to have 3 years of eligibility. This is a guy who's 5'10", about 220 pounds, powerful. Not necessarily a track speed guy, D, but not slow either. Has some serious burst when he hits the hole. And again, I mentioned Mississippi State, what they've done here. You got a Fluff Bothwell who should be one of the top returners in the country at that position. And then you're betting on Luke Kromenhoek at quarterback, former 5-star recruit coming out. Mississippi State fans, if you're finding this video, we broke down that pickup for Mississippi State in a previous video, so go check that out, like his ceiling. But Jeff Lebby, offensive mind, one of the best in the country at that, and he's starting to stack some chips there and have some pieces to play around with.
Yeah, and this to me, sometimes you look at the stats and you watch the tape and it doesn't quite marry up when you look at these lower competition guys. But this is a player who, when you watch him, he looks right away. It takes 2 snaps to say this is an SEC running back, especially given his age. Amazing to me that he ended up at South Alabama and not at least, ACC, right, or Big 12. I mean, this guy can really, really run. He's strong. He's got great contact balance. He has great burst, like you mentioned, Pete. He's not a track star, but he plays fast with twitch. He's just a running back style build and game. I know that's a cliche, but some guys are track stars. Some guys are just great athletes. This guy is a running back to the bone. You can see why he was so productive in high school, because of his contact balance, because of his ability to hit the hole at vision. I don't think this is somebody who is going to take a lot of time to ramp up. I think he's going to come in right away, be probably the top tailback for Mississippi State, and give them something they don't have, which is just consistent ability to crank 5, 6, 7-yard games and keep that offense on schedule.
Yeah, and you see him here. I mean, he's a downhill runner, north to south guy, but you see the build, man. You see the crop top. That's a good look for him, old school, and man, he's a load.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. You look at the running game last year for Mississippi State. Davon Booth, Johnny Daniels. I mean, these were solid backs, but I really don't think they were 1,000-yard SEC type backs, which this guy to me seems like he has that ability. Of course, Jeff Levy's going to fill the air with football, especially if Luke Kromenhoek gets the job and you're trying to build him impact player. But I really think this addition is, in terms of all the SEC additions we've seen, you're saying who's going to be the most productive individual player that was added in the portal by the end of the year. I think, Fluff Bothwell, number 1 in the all-name team, is going to be potentially, all SEC type performer early in his career, because he fits the bill so perfectly as an SEC back, and he'll have an opportunity.
7.5 yards a carry on 111 yards. And yes, granted, it's at a different level than what he's going to be playing at the SEC, but it makes you wonder, man. He's got a lot left on the bone, I would think, because that yards per carry is impressive. And again, different competition level, but he's also going to have some other talent around him.
No question about it. And a passing game, which you hope is going to take a big step forward here in year 2 of the Jeff Lebby experience.